Guys, what Parker Schnabel did this time has probably never happened before in Gold Rush history. The whole season was crazy with lots of ups and downs. Machines broke down sometimes, and bad weather messed things up other times. But Parker, it was quietly planning something huge. The cameras couldn't show everything that happened. But what went down in the finale was beyond what anyone expected. Picture this: when it was time for the final win, you should have seen everyone's faces. You could see the stress on everyone's faces. Parker wasn't saying much. He was just standing there with a small smile, like he already knew what was coming. And when the final number showed up on the scale, everyone in camp was shocked. Some people are saying this is Parker's biggest win ever. Others think getting this much gold can't just be luck. Did Parker dig in a secret spot? Did he find an old treasure map? Or did he hide things from everyone all season long? One thing's for sure, behind this weigh-in, there's not just gold, but a big secret. And if you want to know what Parker was hiding and how much gold he found, then don't miss this video. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel because the next story might be even more shocking. This whole season of Gold Rush was like a crazy roller coaster ride. This year wasn't easy for Parker Schnabel and his team. Problems kept coming, one after another. The weather was terrible. Sometimes rain ruined their whole plan, and sometimes freezing winds damaged the machines. There were times when it looked like Parker might not be able to do anything big this time. Right at the start, a dredger machine broke and it took days to fix it. Another time, a machine got stuck in the mud while digging and Parker had to come fix it himself. In situations like this, most people would have quit, but Parker didn't give up. He was determined that no matter how many problems came up, this time he had to do something. But the most surprising thing was Parker's attitude. Parker, who always talked openly with his team, joked around, and discussed everything. This time he was acting totally different. He didn't talk much in meetings and seemed lost in his own thoughts most of the time. Sometimes it looked like he was in his own world. Whenever cameras pointed at him, there was a different look in his eyes, like he knew something he wasn't telling the others. Some team members even admitted this. When cameras weren't rolling, Parker is hiding something this time. He's not telling us everything, and it really seemed that way. Parker often went out alone, away from the main site, and people saw him digging there too. But that footage was never shown on the show. This place wasn't a normal digging site. There were no machines or other team members there. So what was Parker doing there? It happened one day. Parker woke up early in the morning and drove straight out with his truck while reading something in his notebook. The camera crew couldn't follow him. When he came back, his hands were dirty with mud and his face was covered in sweat. But the weird thing was, he didn't look worried. He had a strange smile like he had found something. This time, Parker wasn't just focused on finding gold. It seemed like he was looking for something else. Something that wasn't shown on maps. But something that was probably buried there for years, and Parker was about to find it. There was a pattern all season long. Parker wasn't being very open. He was making decisions by himself. He kept the rest of the team busy only in areas where normal digging was happening. But Parker was busy somewhere else. His helper Sam even said once, "I saw Parker writing down some coordinates that were outside our work area." So the question is, did Parker find a secret map, or did he find some clue in old records that made him work differently from everyone else? It's clear that this season wasn't just about fighting bad weather, broken machines, and tough soil. This season was about solving a big mystery. And that's probably why Parker acted so different from everyone else. He wasn't looking for treasure, but for a story, and that's what made this season special. Parker being quiet, digging in different places, and then suddenly surprising everyone in the finale. This wasn't just an ordinary mining story. This was a mission, a secret mission that maybe only Parker knew about. Now, let's talk about the part where the biggest mystery of this whole season begins. The location where Parker Schnabel kept going to dig. But the cameras never got there properly. What we saw on the show was Parker's team doing their usual digging. Big trucks, machines, digging dirt, weighing gold, the same old routine. But something strange was noticed. Parker would disappear somewhere for a few hours every week. Not with his team and not answering his radio. He would just leave with his truck and come back after 3 or 4 hours. At first, people thought maybe he was looking for new spots to dig. But some sharp-eyed fans noticed something special in the drone shots and aerial views of the episodes. A remote corner that looked quite different from the rest of the site. There were signs of digging there, but the show never focused on it properly. Now think about it. Why would a show like Gold Rush, which shows every tiny detail, ignore an entire digging area? This is what started bothering people. Parker's truck, movements, the drone angles of that place, and the dirt there. Everything was different. Some crew members said something special was happening there. But the show's editors cut those scenes out. But what happened next made everything even more intense. One night, a video suddenly leaked on social media. No channel logo, no commentary, just a raw, shaky video. In this video, you could see lights from Parker's team and hear digging sounds. And the strangest part, all this was happening at night. Yes, in the dark, when the show's cameras were off and the whole team was supposed to be resting. Parker's digging was still going on. You could clearly see in the video that 4 or 5 people were standing around a hole. The lights were only lighting up that small area. A machine was digging, and Parker was watching the whole thing. Now the question is, why was the digging happening secretly at night? Was Parker worried that if he did this work during the day in front of everyone, his secret would be revealed? Or was he sure there was something there that no one had found before, and he wanted to keep it just for himself? As soon as this video leaked, people went crazy on Reddit, YouTube, and Twitter. Some were saying Parker discovered a secret tunnel. Others said maybe there was an old mine hidden there that had been closed for 100 years, and Parker accidentally reopened it. Some hardcore fans zoomed in and studied the video and claimed that what was being dug up wasn't just rocks or gold. There were some shiny metal reflections in it, like it was some ancient treasure. And the biggest question, who leaked this video? Did a team member secretly record it, or did someone from Discovery Channel purposely leak it so the truth could come out? Parker didn't say anything about this video. The channel stayed quiet, too. But the excitement this video created spread all over the internet community. Now Gold Rush wasn't just a mining show anymore. Now it had become a mystery. It was clear Parker Schnabel was hiding something. And that place where cameras didn't go was hiding a bigger truth than just gold. So far, we got to see almost every part of the digging done by Parker Schnabel's team on the show. Every time a machine dug into the ground hard, every time a shiny gold nugget came out, the cameras recorded it all. But this time something was different, something that wasn't fully caught on camera or shown properly on TV. The story starts just before the finale episode when the team was working at the place where Parker kept going secretly over and over. Everything looked normal on set that day, but suddenly the camera crew was told to leave the digging area. Yes, very suddenly, like someone in charge had given an order. Some people from the production team were confused too. A crew member said off camera, "We were told to stop filming for a while. Then later we were told that footage wasn't needed." Now guys, in a show like Gold Rush where they film every little thing, skipping such a big scene, especially right before the finale, something was definitely wrong. You could really feel this when the episode aired on TV. Fans felt like something was missing. Parker suddenly getting serious, the team getting stressed, and then jumping straight to the weigh-in scene. All this seemed like it was put together quickly. People on Reddit and YouTube started asking questions. The machine was running, the team was digging, and suddenly the cameras stopped. Why? Fans compared it with older seasons of the show. Before, whenever something big was found, Discovery Channel would make it super dramatic. There would be slow motion, reactions, commentary, everything. But this time, complete silence. And this silence bothered people. Then came the moment when a team member made a weird statement that made all the doubts even stronger. He said, "We didn't just see gold there. There was something else that's hard to explain." That's all he said. And the camera team changed the subject. Now think about it. What could be something that the team found while digging but wasn't worth showing on camera? Was it some ancient treasure or something connected to human history? There was definitely something that wasn't just a story about machines and dirt. Some fan theories say Parker found some ancient building, maybe an old vault or tunnel from some secret group. Some people even said Parker wasn't just looking for gold, he was looking for some clue that could change history. And there's something the cameras couldn't show, and maybe Parker didn't want to show it. Parker Schnabel has always been someone who plans everything carefully. But this season, his planning started to seem more secretive. In some scenes of the show, we see him sitting alone, reading something in an old notebook. It wasn't a modern diary, but more like an old treasure hunter's book. The notebook had some pencil-drawn maps, old symbols, and coordinate-type markings. Parker would look at it every night, write something new in it, and then hide it in his bag. Whenever cameras tried to film the notebook, Parker would turn it away or change the angle. Now, why was the guy who does everything with GPS, scanners, and satellite images so interested in an old notebook? Some crew members said the notebook might have belonged to his grandfather. Remember John Schnabel, Parker's mentor and inspiration? Maybe he had written all the notes from his digging in Alaska and Yukon back in the day, in this diary. And maybe, Parker found a clue in this that changed the whole game this season. Parker once told Sam, "Sometimes the real answers are found in human memories, not machines." Hearing this line, it was clear that Parker was thinking on a different level. Maybe there was mention of a hidden gold vein in that notebook or some old closed site that nobody talks about today. And maybe that's why Parker would leave his team and go dig there alone every time, because he didn't want to reveal that secret to everyone. Not yet. And then comes that moment, the atmosphere right before the final win. As the day got closer, a strange feeling took over the team. The energy that used to be there before every win in high fivs jokes. Excitement was completely gone this time. Parker wasn't talking much. There was tension on his face, but it wasn't fear. It was anticipation. like he already knew something big was going to happen today. The whole team was quiet. Nobody was talking much. The cameras were on, but the reactions didn't seem natural. Everyone was looking at Parker, like there was only one question on their minds. The boss knows everything, but why isn't he telling us? When the gold container was brought to the win area, Parker was standing in a corner. He wasn't looking at the scale. He was staring at the ground like he was doing some other calculation in his head. Sam said quietly, "This time Parker seems more confident. There's something he's not telling us." And honestly, that silence, that tension, that was the heaviest atmosphere in the whole show. Some big truth was about to come out, and Parker's notebook was the key to that truth. It seemed like Parker had figured out something from that notebook that other miners had never even thought about, and now that moment was coming when the whole Gold Rush world was about to change. It was finale day. Months of hard work, sweat, and hopes. Everything had come down to just one moment. The whole camp was ready. Cameras on, lights on, and there was silence around the scale. Parker Schnabel was standing in a corner. His face was calm, but there was something different in his eyes. No nervousness, no crazy excitement, just deep seriousness. The other team members were quiet too. Everyone understood that something big was going to happen today, but nobody knew how big it would be. When Sam lifted the container full of gold and put it on the scale, everyone's eyes were glued to the number display. As soon as the scale started showing the weight, everyone's eyes got huge. The number kept going up slowly. First it reached thousands, then millions, and when the final number settled on the scale, everyone stopped breathing. Parker had found so much gold in one season, more than he had ever found in his entire career. According to reports, the total value of the gold was more than $14 million. And this wasn't just a rumor, it was a real result recorded on camera. Some team members jumped with joy, but Parker's reaction was different. He was calm and mysterious. He smiled, but it wasn't the kind of smile someone makes when they hit the jackpot. It was a quiet victory smile, like he already knew what he was going to get. For a few seconds, it felt like time had stopped. The other people started celebrating, but Parker's eyes were looking far away, like he was already planning his next mission. Now, when this episode aired on TV, people were left shocked. Social media exploded with it. Reddit and YouTube comments went crazy. On one side, people were praising Parker, while on the other side, there were tons of theories. Someone wrote, "So much gold in just one season. Something's fishy." Someone zoomed in on the clips and posted, "Look, this gold nugget doesn't look like regular gold. It looks like some ancient treasure." And then a big theory came up on Reddit. Parker might have opened a secret vault. This gold might have come from real treasure that was buried underground for hundreds of years. Some people even started saying it was all fake. Discovery Channel must have added extra drama for TV ratings. But then the question came up, if all this was made up, where did the trust and depth in Parker's face come from? His silence, his seriousness, and the team's tension. If all this was fake, cameras would have caught it over so many months. But what we saw looked totally real. Now, what's the truth? What's just rumors? Only Parker can tell us. But one thing's certain, this weigh-in shook everyone's thinking. Gold Rush isn't just a mining show anymore. It's become a mystery, a story, where every time there's a new question buried under the gold. And Parker isn't just a miner anymore, but someone who solves mysteries. This whole season of Gold Rush was as dangerous as it was mysterious. But the real story was happening outside the show, away from cameras, off screen, where something was going on that was probably hidden on purpose. People first realized this when several scenes were missing after the finale episode, even though some preview clips and behind-the-scenes footage were released beforehand. But when the actual episode aired, all of those were missing. Usually, in a show like Gold Rush, every small and big dig, drama, and even emotional moments are edited and shown so the audience doesn't miss anything. But this time, it was like some parts were cut out on purpose, especially the parts where Parker was digging at a specific place, or when team members were talking about something late at night. All those parts were gone. Meanwhile, new discussions started on Reddit and YouTube. Did Discovery Channel purposely not show something? Many dedicated viewers studied the old previews and compared the backgrounds shown in them with the real episodes, and they clearly found that there were many locations and scenes that were filmed but weren't shown on television. Now the question is, were those scenes cut because of some technical problem? Or was there another reason? Some people think maybe Parker himself asked the channel not to show some scenes. And if that's true, then why was he scared that what he discovered was too big? So big that people wouldn't be able to handle it. This question became even more important when Parker Schnabel gave an interview and said something that's still being talked about on social media. In the interview, when he was asked what was the most special thing about this season, Parker stayed quiet for a while, then said softly, "We touched something there that maybe we shouldn't have touched." The reporter was shocked after hearing this line. He immediately asked, "You mean some old rock formation or some mining accident?" But Parker looked down and said, "It's not just about gold, it's something else." That line broke the internet. Reddit was flooded with theories. Some said Parker must have found some underground room. Some said the place might be connected to some old civilization. And some extreme theories even said Parker had touched some secret religious or cursed place, and that's why the channel censored everything. The strange thing is that the full version of that interview never went online. Only that small clip went viral where Parker says that line. The link to the interview was also removed from the channel's website after some time, and nobody uploaded it again. Now all this could just be coincidence, or there really is something being hidden. But one thing is clear, Parker didn't just find treasure this time, he touched some big secret. And he realized that this game isn't just about machines and dirt anymore. What he said half of in the interview and hid the other half. Maybe that will become the most dangerous story of next season's Gold Rush. And only then will we understand that Parker's mysterious silence, that notebook, and those cutscenes were all connected to each other. This Gold Rush season is over, but the questions that came up after it have kept everyone awake at night. Now the biggest question is, will Parker Schnabel go back to dig in the same place? The land where he found the most gold ever. Will he leave it now? Or will what he found there force him to dig even deeper? Many fans think Parker has just started. The way he acted, his notebook, the secret digging, the channel's silence, and the interview where he admitted we touched something. All of this shows that Parker will definitely go back. But this time, maybe his focus won't just be on gold. Now it's probably about something on a different level, some old history, some forgotten treasure, or some secret that's been buried underground for hundreds of years. And guys, when Parker comes back again, the whole game could change. Because now he doesn't just have a map or guesses, but proof, which he got in the last days of this season. Maybe next season we'll see what no Gold Rush episode has ever shown before, a discovery that's more important than machines. So if you think this wasn't just a mining story, but the start of a mystery, get ready, because what's coming could shake up the Gold Rush world. And if you don't want to miss the next dig, the next reveal, and the next big discovery, subscribe to the channel now. Parker's next move could be the biggest discovery of the century.